everyone. Welcome to the Neon Apes. And Daniel has turned into he got some surgery done. Looks very different. No, but for real, this is Red, who's actually been on. I don't remember what episode you were, but you were on one of the first episodes.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Of that back then, it was Media Crash when we. I still like the concept, but after doing like trying to pick a specific genre or a theme or something. But I think we talked about music when you were on like music and games and stuff.
Which isn't really a genre. It's just kind of its own thing.
Yeah, it's like a whole medium.
We could have done musicals. But none of us know jack shit about that.
I know
about Hamilton.
I was going to say, I know of Hamilton, and I haven't.
I watched The Greatest Show.
Oh, the Hugh Jackman one?
People didn't like that, apparently.
I didn't watch it. I always think of Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine.
Maybe that's why it failed, right? Like if people were like,
he's a good actor.
It's hard to like
that.
detach. Well, yeah, I guess I've never seen him in anything else.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good in Prisoners.
But you've been away from us for like 2 years.
I have.
Went away. I think we got you on that podcast.
I just came
when you
back
were visiting. Yeah. And you were in Connecticut, and now you're back. So how was being? Obviously, we've caught up a little bit before this, but tell us about.
Yeah, no, I mean Connecticut was whack, dude. I mean, just to like put it in perspective, it's December now. Like when I left, it was like 25, 30 degrees, and it was 72 on my way over here. So I was wearing sandals. It was really
so
nice.
Has it been snowing at all?
It snowed. It snowed like the 2 days before like I left. It started like flurrying.
But, so you missed out on the.
Yeah, to be honest with you, they usually get like their heavy snows. They usually get like one in December. This is just the last 2 years that I've seen, and then there was like usually later on in the year, like January, February. February is kind of gross, not gonna lie.
Just kind of like, yeah, it's like the ugly cold where it's like there's a lot of like rain because it's not like
it's gray out, like
snowing. Yeah,
that's kind of the worst one. Cold rain sucks.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't even like rain. It'd just be like this like cloudy overcast, and you're like not sure what the weather's gonna do, and then you like get out of work and it's like 2 inches of snow, and you're like, oh, screw me, right? Like,
see, because I love the rain normally, but like. I don't think I could live somewhere like Seattle where like it rains every day. I think I would like that for the first couple months.
Dude, one of the big things is the daylight hours. So like I would stay up like, 1, 2 in the morning. So I wouldn't really roll out of bed until like 11, 12. The sun literally sets at 4 o'clock right now there. So like 4 hours of daylight, like you don't think about it at first. And then like after like 2 weeks, you're like, oh my God, wow. Like,
it's also like time zones. I hate like the time change, I guess.
Yeah, no, the drive down was really weird because the first night I stopped, it was like the time zone had just changed and it was like 5 o'clock and then it was 4 o'clock and my body was just like, dude, we just need bed, like sleep. That's it.
Yeah, man. But I know, man, I'm trying to think like, didn't you say, because you joined the military and you got out and like you were supposed to be in for, was it still about when you got back now?
Yeah, that's actually, it's quite a coincidence because if I'd stayed, it was, my term was 3 years. And it's this December 18th will be 3 years since I got out.
So it's like,
it's kind of weird how that
you were destined to be away from us anyways.
Yeah, in general. And it's not like I did much in Connecticut. I worked like 5 days out of the week and then like, I don't know, there's just like being up there, like it was like, you work 5 days of the week and then the 6th day you need to like recharge yourself. I needed to recharge, so I didn't really do much with anything. And then the 7th day, like everyone lived like an hour away from me. So it's like, I don't know, you could hang out or you could just do nothing like you did. So it just blurs together into this like giant like kind of lump.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad, but it was definitely like an experience that showed me like that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like 5 days a week and then 2 days off. I don't think that's right. So,
yeah, man.
So yeah, it's kind of like when I came back. We're gonna try and fix this situation here.
Yes. No, I'm excited. So I guess kind of changing it to something a little bit more. We actually had someone Talk said Lucidity. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He has a bunch of questions. He was mainly like asking us like what our favorite like childhood games are and like what our favorite like game consoles were. So I thought we might have touched on it previously like long time ago, but just kind of like reminisce about old like video games and
you know what the first
like
game I ever played was?
What?
Besides probably like baby stuff, like was the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The remake is pretty good at that too. I'll say I watch a speedrun the original Battle for Bikini Bottom. Shift. He's amazing, nuts, dude.
They're talented.
It's crazy.
I think the first game I really remember playing was probably like Pokemon Sapphire, like on the Game Boy. That was probably the first one that was like, I guess it's a kid's game, but like at the time I was like, oh, this makes
No,
me feel,
yeah, that's a whole.
And Pokemon for a kids game is fucking sick. No.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it really
yeah.
is.
I know you were saying off camera. What were you saying about Diamond and Pearl?
Dude, I saw this thing on Reddit. Whoever Reddit post that is, if you see this, it was you who sparked this thought. But Diamond, he had like listed up all these games that came out like at different stages to make you feel old. The first one was like Zelda came out like 30 years ago. But the one that got me, dude, Diamond and Pearl came out 15 years ago.
That's
I guess I was
crazy.
7 at the time. Like that's, it just blows my mind that it's been that much time already.
Yeah, I know. Last episode or the episode before, one of the things we talked about was the Wii is also 15 years old. Which
yeah.
I don't remember the DS Diamond and Pearl coming out around when the Wii came out. That was separate things for me, but I guess it was the same time.
It must have been, yeah. I at the time, because like that was actually the one my parents did. Like we didn't have like PlayStations or Xbox. They were okay with a Wii though.
I remember that.
That's literally like most kids. That's why they marketed it, because they're like, hey, your fat ass can get like lose weight on this.
exercise.
I think we
Yeah.
talked about
Go
this.
bowling.
I literally made that joke that episode.
No, you're right. That honestly might have been one of the biggest reasons, because like my mom was kind of big on like that Wii Fit program for a little while, and I remember she made like all of us do it too. But you know what's even funnier? I logged into the Wii, like it was probably still like years ago now, but I remember like it has like the time when you like last have logged into that.
Oh.
And I was like, you have not logged in like 12 years. I'm like, yeah.
Dude,
How many of those devices? How much they've counted?
I saw, I don't know if it was a lawsuit or something, but Nintendo got a lot of heat because that Wii Fit game, like it would just tell people they were fat, and so like it was telling like just like 10-year-old girls that they were fat, even though maybe they were like 2-3 pounds of the over, but
No,
like
that's
what does
right.
that mean, right?
Because
like
you put in your weight and your height
Yeah.
and stuff, and it calculate. Yeah,
and
that's
so like
actually
it gave a
funny.
bunch of people claim, and rightfully so, that it gave them eating disorders.
Yeah.
So like
Well, I'll tell you, it didn't personally give me an eating. When I first got into it and it was like new, I was like, oh, in order to beat the game, you had to like lose weight. So like I tried for a second and I was like, oh, this is stupid, and I gave up. But I can totally see how like, yeah, that could mess up your psyche, dude.
And I think like overall it's like a good, healthy, it's like it's good spirit. I can see why, there's certain people that get like very negatively affected by that.
I mean, because everyone takes things differently, and it's like we all know that like someone can say one thing to someone, and like years later they still remember it. Imagine if it's coming from like a video game, like something that's supposed to bring you joy.
Oh,
like
yeah.
A negative reaction to that could really stick with you.
Yeah. I think going back to, I don't remember the first game I ever played in particular, but I know my parents first ever like got me into gaming for real big time, because I had like a blanket, because I was like a baby or kid, whatever. And I guess I had it for a long time. So they're like, okay, if you get rid of it, we'll buy you a PlayStation 1. I think they
really?
had bought one anyways, maybe, and it was going to be a gift. I think like my dad was
wanted to
just
get
trying
something.
to,
Yeah, no. We know
get
how
me to
your
get
dad
away.
is.
Yeah. And so I remember like running home and like hugging my blanket one last time
and then
before I gave
tossing
it up.
it? Dude,
and then they
that's
took
actually-
it. But I
Why
got a
did-
PS1, so
did
Why are they so insistent on taking shit
I
from
think
you?
it was like older. There's a certain point where,
Dude, I still have all that stuff, like the pillow pet, or not the pillow pet, the little stuffed animal that I slept with. It doesn't sleep. It's not on my bed anymore, but like I still have.
I guess
it.
it's fair. Like
I
maybe
threw
they
mine
should
away
have
just because I
kept
got
it.
bored of it, but I didn't get like coerced out of it.
But I guess, yeah. Man, this is interesting. This is just like a whole parenting, like,
Yeah.
see, and like if we ever have kids, like the way, man, there's
dude.
so many like little small decisions that I don't think like either of us really, I never really thought about the fact that got taken away from me. But now thinking about it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was a negative thing in my life, but maybe it wasn't a positive. I don't know.
I think that's
That's
just one
crazy.
of the things of like growing up and witnessing your parents, because like obviously they make mistakes too, and as a kid you don't really realize it, but like the second you hit 18 and you start really
Oh.
like, thinking about your childhood, I feel like
Yeah.
all that stuff comes to the surface. And
Yeah, no, for real. That's insane. I'm trying to, man, that's just like opening up a bunch of memories, like doing like old PlayStation games. Like I remember
Yeah.
I didn't have a memory card, so I had to play, I was playing Shrek 2, the video game, and I
You're
just
like-
kept replaying the first.
Or dude, you
I
know
did
what
that
I
too.
did? So with Kingdom Hearts, that was the first game I had on PS2. I just would like leave the game running and then come back to
Oh.
it, and I would try and play as much as possible, but like because you couldn't save, so I just like play as much as possible,
Oh.
and then like after like a couple times where I got far as crap, and then like my dad would just like come in and turn off the PS2 because it was on still. I just like I quit like at that point, like after like 2 or 3 weeks worth of cumulative effort, like
Oh yeah,
Do
that's
you want to guess
awful.
what? I beat a game without a save thing.
really. Which
I
one?
beat it in like one day.
What game?
It was specifically. Do you know that one crossover beat 'em up of like all the Nickelodeon characters?
The new one?
Not the new one. No, all the way back when like it was SpongeBob, Danny Phantom,
I thought there was like a new like a beat 'em like platformer game, not like
Not
a
platformer. It
versus.
was like top down and a bunch of enemies and you fought them.
I don't know.
Huh. I don't know, but yeah. So continue. I can kind of imagine it though.
I beat it.
That's impressive.
I know I beat the sequel. The first one, I don't remember.
Because I had one of those old Nick crossover games, but it was like a Game Boy port or a DS port maybe. So they just turned it into a platformer type thing.
I think the first game you guys were probably with me too. It was like in one sitting. Was probably Castle Crashers, to be honest with you, because that was like
good.
that was a sleepover move right there. We just stayed up all night
gosh.
trying to beat Castle Crashers.
Yeah, because you could beat Castle Crashers, I think, in like you could probably 4 or 5 hours, especially like once you.
No, I remember it being like almost like we were kids too. We might have sucked.
Yeah.
But I definitely remember it being like an all night kind of escapade. Like we would start around like 7, 8 and go until like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, no, I guess it's fair. Yeah, and I'm assuming we got like better the more we did it, because the whole
Probably,
thing
yeah.
of that was you were supposed to play it multiple times, because like say you beat the game with the Green Knight, that would unlock
Yeah.
some other character with their own specials, and if you beat a game with that guy,
You got more.
yeah, there was a bunch of 3,
That was such
things.
a smart move on their part, dude. Like, to be honest with you.
Dude, we replayed the crap out of that.
Yeah.
That game is so, man, I've been like, I want them to make a second, because they made Pit People, which
but
is
it wasn't
like
anything.
a turn-based thing. I've played it like for a couple hours. It's okay. I mean, no, it's good. I just never got into it. And then
There
it was
so
that,
much more joy at a Castle Crashers. Wasn't it like Battle Blocks or something?
what was it called, Matthew?
Battle Block Theater.
Battle Block Theater.
yeah.
Yes, that's a pretty good one.
I like that because the comedy in that was hilarious.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that main narrator cracked me up, dude.
Yeah, he was great. He was the same guy that did the next game.
Yeah, he
as
was.
well.
Yeah, I think they're just like I think the guy's a YouTuber as well, or something like
Really?
that. I
Like
don't
the
know.
developer for him?
or the narrator.
Oh, gotcha.
Or whatever. But yeah, the new game they're working on is Alien Hominid 2, which like I didn't really ever play the first one.
Yeah.
I just want Castle Crashers 2, but I know like they want to do more and more creative, fulfilling stuff.
That's honestly kind of like it, because like it's something you see all the time. Like a company gets big and they just make cookie cutters, like the same game that they have. So like respect to them for like trying to branch it out, but at the same time, I've become so conditioned to like sequels and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
and that's one thing I've always struggled with, whether it's like any form of media. To be honest with you, I just want more content. Like,
That's why I kind of like enjoyed the Far Cry franchise, even though like admittedly they're pretty cut and paste with
Yeah.
their gameplay. I like that each game is like, oh, we're just going to do like a different little setting.
yeah.
But so far, it was like Far Cry 3, it was Pirate Island, and Far Cry 4 was like, okay, it was like a Himalayan dictator thing. That was fun. And Far Cry 5 interested me at first with the cult thing.
Far Cry 5 was the
And
first game I
then-
played from the series, and
Yeah, it was no. Far Cry 5 kind of sucked, and then Far Cry 6 apparently isn't great.
that's the one with the dude, the actor from Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
seems like it'd be so cool, but
Yeah.
like apparently they just make the same. That's like Pokemon, but like Pokemon is a different thing. Pokemon, they do really cool concepts and gimmicks, but the game itself is just garbage.
Yeah,
which I guess is
it becomes
the same
dry,
thing.
dude. That's why I'm so hyped for Legends of Arceus, man.
I'm excited, but I know.
No, I feel that you don't want to like hype it up
I
too much,
know it's gonna be bad. No, I'm not gonna say that. I know it's.
dude. Honestly, I'm riding the positivity. I think it's gonna be great. I think that they're adding enough new stuff, like new forms and stuff like that, to really spice it up. Like I think we were talking about it a little bit last night, but Brilliant Diamond and Pearl, dude. It not only is it just the exact same game, but they arbitrarily made it worse in like the graphics and stuff.
Dude, yeah. So I don't think told you about this earlier, but I'm actually replaying those. I'm playing Pokemon Diamond right now.
Like the original ones?
Or the original was the first Pokemon game I ever played. So I'm playing Pokemon Brilliant
Okay,
Diamond
okay.
now. Yeah, no, it's not perfect, but I'm overall enjoying it. But they ruined the super contests. I know I was telling you a little bit about it the other day, but oh my gosh, it used to be this whole like turn-based, like every move equivalent. Like all of your battle moves
it did different things, to
in
the other
super contest, and now it's literally like technically they all still do things, but it's a 10-second rhythm game, and you use your move one time, and it does like adds 2 to your score. Like, oh my god, man.
Yeah, and then it's like the small things like that, like coupled with the. At first, dude, I was really happy. I was like, "Oh, the Chibus are gonna look cool," but the way they walk and the way they are in the overworld, it did pull me away from it hard. And obviously, when you get into a battle and stuff, it's there. But like, it's like all those small things that add up. I couldn't do it. And I'm like a huge Pokemon guy, but
Yeah, Matthew, you never got super into Pokemon, did you?
I played a good point of Diamond, but I never.
Did you?
beat
Oh,
any of
okay.
them.
that's fair. I know you played Pokemon Go with us, but that's
Oh, that was a
dude.
whole summer. I remember that came out when we were like in high school in summer.
We were like a junior, I think.
Dude, that was an adventure for a month. We just straight out were like
It was
going
the whole
in the
summer,
woods.
dude. It was the whole summer.
Yeah, no, you're probably
That's the closest we've gotten to like
to world peace.
That's
yeah,
what everyone says.
No, I see that. I love that quote so much. That is very true.
Dude, I know that like all these dictatorship countries like North Korea and stuff were having such a hard time with that because people were like trespassing.
Yeah.
And like I think they had to get like Nintendo or whoever Niantic that's making that game to like remove the Pokestops from.
Well, the other thing too, like especially in Europe, there's a lot of just like old like unexploded ordinances from like World War II and stuff. So like I think I saw this story where this like person just like wasn't paying attention and they just walked into a minefield. I don't think they died, but like they realized they were in a minefield and they were like, okay, I need help. And then I saw another story. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is true, but someone just like walked off a cliff because they were like looking at like.
Oh my gosh! I know on a slightly positive, but not much positive note. I think there were like these people that were playing and found a dead body that like I think everyone just was ignoring because they thought it was a Halloween decoration. Maybe I'm getting two stories mixed, but I know people discovered a dead body while playing Pokemon Go.
Probably multiple people, dude.
The only thing I got was some guy live streaming playing Pokemon Go got mugged in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like, oh yeah.
I mean, if I was gonna mug someone, why would you mug someone that like
Playing
is filming themselves?
Well, yeah, because it's like all those witnesses, like that's so many witnesses.
Yeah, I mean,
dude.
I guess you don't know they're live streaming. Maybe they're just recording.
I think he didn't know they were live streaming.
But that's still. I mean, that's like people that get like swatted or whatever.
Yeah, that was a wild time. That was a wild time when swatting and doxing were a thing in like high school and middle school.
Yeah, it definitely still happens. But
Do you think so?
Oh, 100%. I keep
Maybe
hearing,
it's just. Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's so easy to. I mean, doxing 100%. Yeah, swatting I think is one of those copycat things where like they got really big.
Yeah.
But I think maybe they started to make new laws in a lot of places. Like that's it, because that is like a. I think it's a federal crime. I don't know. That's a big boy crime though, for swatting someone.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because people have died in swatting incidents. Like,
well, then not only that, like even if they don't die, like a lot of the times there's a lot of damage to whatever, and it's just like a pointless waste of everyone's time. I mean,
yeah.
It's
man, oh man, I'm trying to think of other old games. Are there any other old games?
Oh yeah, we were talking about. I mentioned Kingdom Hearts briefly earlier. That was also like 15 years ago. It was the same
game that does like My Sanctuary. Wait, that song?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty
Kingdom
sure.
Hearts is the crossover with Disney, and it has like all those Disney characters.
It's the Disney like Final Fantasy.
I know, but there's a song that goes with it
Yeah.
with like the commercials or something. It goes like My Sanctuary.
I'm pretty sure that's a different game.
I'll prove this after the podcast.
Okay.
Well,
stay tuned for more, guys.
Yeah. Well, if we remember next podcast, yeah, that's what you. That's the drama that you keep coming back to the Neon Apes for, right? But yeah, no, continue about Kingdom Hearts or.
I was just gonna say that 2 came out also 15 years ago. I don't remember being 7 at the time, but it must have been true. So
man, yeah, I know people were really into like the fan base of like Kingdom Hearts was like more hardcore than like any fan base.
Yeah, well, because it's such a unique thing. I feel like it really gathered like all those like, and I'm myself one of them, so don't get offended, but like kind of like dorky nerds in like school, that because it was a really cool like game, very high fantasy and stuff. So like those people get like really obsessed with stuff, like me too. So that's why I think that like that fandom is so huge, because it's like, I don't know, people care a lot about it, you know?
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. I know,
it's
like
a weird game concept. We're gonna merge Disney characters with Final Fantasy.
Yeah. No, that did not make much sense.
And then, like, as a kid, I recognized all the Disney characters when I played the second one. I didn't know who the fuck the other ones were.
Well, what, the Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the point, because
yeah.
I don't think Final Fantasy for the longest time was very big in North America.
No, it wasn't. I thought that all of those characters were just like Kingdom Hearts characters. Like, and then I found out that Final Fantasy was a game and like Cloud existed in other games. I was like, yo, that's cool. Like,
yeah, so it's probably a good way to like get people into the franchise, especially in North
Such
America.
a weird concept.
Dude, Disney's got its pockets in everything, man.
Oh yeah, they own Marvel. They own
Square
Fox,
Inc. Like,
I think they own Square Enix.
They don't own it, but they work like Kingdom Hearts is like a joint company. So
yeah, they made like a
joint company, fucking
just a deal or whatever.
Yeah,
dude,
whatever.
Nintendo. I think the most recent weird Nintendo thing was they made like Ubisoft made that Mario XCOM game. The like
wait, what?
It was like the Rayman Rabbit. It was like the rabbits.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that game is way better than it has any right to be.
Really?
Like dead ass. Like it simplified XCOM, but like it still has depth. It just doesn't have the like
Oh.
barrier of entry.
Wait, no, that's so funny. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. My friend, it came out like a few years ago, like 2015,
yeah,
16.
it's kind of old, yeah.
My friend in Connecticut, he was telling me about it, and he showed me trailers and stuff. Personally, I was telling him at the time, like, I hate like the rabid style. Like, I think they're kind of ugly and like they look like crackheads. So I wasn't like a huge fan of it. But then he was showing me trailers and stuff, and I was like, like maybe it's not my cup of tea, but like I really acknowledge that this is a solidly like new idea. The mechanics are great. The way it like played out looked really cool. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I acknowledge its greatness, dude.
Yeah. No, it's pretty interesting.
I do remember their commercials. Like at first, I thought were funny, and then as I got older, I'm like, these are pissing me off.
I played a lot of the old like the Rabbids because they did like the Rayman's like a whole platformer series. Like I played one of the new ones, pretty good. But like I mainly played the Rabbids like just mini game ones that were like the equivalent of WarioWare.
Yeah, or like didn't they have a Mario Party type game too?
I probably honestly I don't think I ever played that one, but that sounds sick actually.
They had there was an on-rail shooter part of that game where you would just shoot them as they attacked you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I played that with Daniel, to be honest with you. Because I remember I went over to his house like a whole summer one time, and we played Minecraft for the most part. But there was a couple times where like we played like rabbit type games. I can't remember quite what they were, but
man, it's all these memories just start to like mish and mash like of all these old games. It's crazy, man. How
What's better, Minions or Rabbids?
Rabbids?
Yeah, Rabbids.
110 billion %.
Yeah, Rabbids. Dude, like that's the thing. Those are two good comparisons, I think. But like in terms of like the Rabbids, they actually get into like funny shenanigans. Like the Minions, they're like,
I mean, the Rabbids do it as well, but I agree with you.
But
But
there is, I don't know. I just see such a difference there. Like I can't describe it.
Did you guys see the meme that was like Minions when he asked them what they were doing from 1939 to 1945, and they're like looking very sus.
I don't get it. What?
Because like the whole point of Minions is they apparently for every villain in history they worked with them.
Yeah.
But coincidentally the movie left out World War II for some reason.
Oh yeah, they don't want to be saying that the Minions are Nazis. Apparently, yeah.
That's
Dang,
funny, dude.
dang. So, but I mean,
But like according to the lore, theoretically they would have. But they got.
Yeah.
I think they got frozen, or they were on an island
they just
around that time.
happened to,
Yeah.
they just happened to. Yeah, that's hilarious. That is freaking hilarious. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I can see why they wouldn't want to talk about that one there.
Like yelling and they're like in the background in their little suits.
Man, going back to the just Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. It's kind of crazy because obviously the original Diamond was on the DS, right? So you had that whole thing. The bottom screen was like this, like
Yeah, the Poketech.
Yeah. So you had all these different apps on them, and the Switch doesn't have that. So like it's so bad in how you have to use it.
Yeah,
like,
you have to, and on it, like it makes it like kind of an obsolete feature. Like there's nothing on the Poketech that really you need to play the game. It was just kind of nice to have on the DS to, like kind of, I used it primarily when I played it on the DS to like just have my like Mon's health party. Like,
you had that item finder you could
yeah.
tap to do the sonar
The
to try
dowsing
to find
machine, yeah.
secret things or the shiny
but
catcher.
the way they did that
but
on the Switch, you're right. And honestly, there's nothing they could have like.
yeah, it's not their fault.
Yeah, it's just the
Like-
Switch. Unless they start redesigning the game itself, which they weren't trying to do. Like, I don't want to shit on it too much because like it is a solid game and I like a good amount of features with it, but overall I just find it like it's just not, it doesn't bring enough new to the table for me. Like if they had added like mega evolutions or something like that, which honestly I thought they were, I feel like that would be so much different. Like just give like the the 3 starters like mega evolutions and like boom, now you have like a huge,
There's something
like,
special about
yeah.
it. Yeah. I mean, I heard a lot of people saying that there were a lot of issues in Diamond and Pearl that got fixed in Platinum. So like they should have just made like I don't know, like they should have included those fixes in the updates, but instead we're back to like, I don't know. I'm enjoying it, but like I understand it's one of those like guilty pleasures where I understand like it's a piece of garbage, but it's like my piece of garbage.
No, there definitely are games like that where you're like, you know what, like this, like dude, Pokemon Unite, like I fully acknowledge that game is shitty as hell and it raises my blood pressure for absolutely no reason, but I keep coming back to it,
Oh, man. So that, speaking of freaking games that took up too much time in my childhood, it's like Pokemon Unite, it's just making me think of like MOBAs, and the like 1,000 hours I have in Dota 2. Oh my gosh,
I'm so glad I endured your guys' obsession with those games.
Yeah, you never got into it. The only reason I didn't get into MOBAs was because I didn't have a computer, so I played Vainglory. That was my MOBA choice that I played.
I remember that you got
way too much.
So into that.
That game was really.
It was,
fun,
I watched a whole documentary on that, like I gotta send that to you. It was like a whole
Yeah?
documentary about like Vainglory and how it like got popular and then like died.
Yeah, it just straight up died.
I think it was because it was so they just stopped making as much money, right?
Yeah,
Because they were trying to not be pay to win, because it was pretty fair.
I don't know. I feel it might have just because I wasn't that good, you know. So like, it definitely delayed my progression. But it did feel like most other solid like mobile games, like you didn't have to pay money, but like if you did, you definitely got a nice advantage.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I guess that's fair.
But like that's the huge issue with Pokemon Unite is like there are actual
Oh
mechanics
my
in there where
gosh.
like you pay money to upgrade an item that actually increases like your straight up attack in a battle. Like that's a pretty pay to win mechanic. And if you don't
Yeah.
have those items to level 30, there's no way you can compete at the top.
Dude, that's why I was always so elitist about Dota 2, like as a kid, was
Yeah.
because that game, all heroes, 100% free.
Yeah.
Like it is.
It was just skill.
Yeah, yeah. Versus like games like League of Legends, where it's like, you know, there's a big grind to unlock heroes, and people will argue that that's not pay to win. It is.
You're
Because if
right.
you have access to more heroes than another person, you're at an advantage.
Mhm.
But
we were talking about this last night too. Like, I have mixed feelings about that. Like, at the same time, I do like games where you have to play it to unlock stuff, but it should be like a fair amount. Like, you win like maybe like 15, 20 battles, and you have enough money to unlock a character. Like most mobile games, like are not mobile games, MOBAs, like League and in Pokemon Unite, it's like more like 100 to 200 like hours of the game just to like save up enough money to buy like, you know,
yeah,
like
especially in the grindier ones, yeah. That's why, yeah, man, it's interesting. But I'm glad. I know, Matthew, I remember we pissed you off trying to get you into Dota 2 because
because it was like a abusive like
It really
cycle
was.
of like I don't want to play because I don't enjoy playing because you guys get mad because I'm not good, and it's like, well, the only way you get good is if you play at it,
just play 100 hours.
and you're like, but you have to play that 100 hours, and I'm like, well, what if I don't enjoy the 100 hours? Like, well, I guess you're just gonna have to. I'm like,
No, they
I
did
don't
the
want to play
same
100
thing.
hours.
They did the same thing to me. I honestly, if I had a computer, I would have joined you guys wholeheartedly. But my childhood was different.
Dude, yeah, I remember every time we would go over, we would just go play the N64. But dude, Pokemon Stadium. Speaking of an old game, being able to just get any Pokemon and have it max leveled, so we would both not look at each other at the screen, and we would both
just
make
right off the bat. Like that was such an amazing feature. And like, dude, I don't know why they haven't made like a Pokemon Unite or not.
Yeah,
sorry,
Pokemon
like
Stadium.
Stadium.
Yeah, on
Like, there's
Switch.
been nothing like that, and that's huge, dude. Think about
Yeah.
the competitive. Like that is how you actually have a competitive Pokemon game, you know? Because like in the actual like story games, you obviously beat the game, and then you can train up teams and breed and stuff like that. Dude, no one wants to do that. They just want the actual fight. Like, dude, that's a grind right there to breed and grind. Like,
Yeah, especially just like, well, yeah, because like, and you need two people that have been playing the games themselves.
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, we just
boom, you're good.
Yeah.
Why don't honestly we could just bring it back, start doing like professional like Pokemon Stadium games. Like,
Dude,
I don't know how.
That would be, dude. Freaking Super Smash Brothers. That was a game that like, holy cow, we were super.
I think it's
into-
so funny the amount of games that have spawned out of it now. Like you have the Nickelodeon All Stars, and then I think
Oh.
there's another one that came out too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
there's the
Warner Brothers.
Warner
one
Brothers,
they're
yeah.
making. Yeah.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Yes. No, it's not out.
Okay.
So there's gonna be like Scooby Doo. It's gonna be like Adventure Time.
Oh yeah, Shaggy versus who was it? I saw this thing. I was
Arya
like, most-
Stark's in it.
wait,
wait,
are you
really?
what? Game of Thrones is in it?
Yeah, I don't know
guess, yeah.
why.
Well-
Because HBO, maybe HBO, Warner, whatever.
Or they?
Rose, yeah.
I don't. What the?
I remember there's
Huh.
Arya Stark. At first, I was like, is that Photoshop? And then-
Honestly, like the cast of characters from the Warner Bros. Ones, probably like I think they introduced me more, like or enticed me more than like the Smash ones or the Nickelodeon ones. Like, dude, if they have Harry Potter in that, like, let's go. Like,
Wait, was Harry Potter Warner Bros?
yeah, the movies were. So
Yeah.
if they're in, like, I mean,
I
Warner
wonder
Bro-
if they have the rights to that then.
probably. I think
Dude,
Harry Potter.
licensing is
Harry Potter is on
such a-
HBO Max.
Yeah, I would assume so. Like I mean, it's you know the people who produced like the movies are like Warner Bros. You know.
Dang, dude, that's that.
Oh, wait.
I would assume Harry Potter's in there.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
If that is the case,
That
dude,
would be sick, dude.
That's but like, it's so interesting because like the Nick All Stars one, like it didn't have a ton of characters, but like the game itself, I think was solid.
yeah,
Like
no, it's a lot better
janky,
mechanics wise
but
because it's so much more faster paced. Like,
yeah, and it's made by the developers that made Slap City, which was
Mhm.
like a good like Melee clone like thing. Because I know people It's so funny. I think we all grew up on Super Smash Brothers Brawl. We played like thousands of hours of Brawl.
Melee too. Or no, not Melee. Project M.
Oh, we did
Project
end up
M.
doing Project M a lot. Yeah.
Because that was Anna's. She had it at her like on her Wii, and that was the one we played a lot. Because it took a lot of time. I remember to like it was like a mod, so there was a lot of shenanigans.
Oh yeah, you had to get like an SD card. Then you
yeah.
had to go in the game and open it. You had to like go into a certain. It hijacked a certain game mode. I don't remember what game mode it was, but like you had to go in the normal game vanilla. You clicked the old game mode, and like Project M would start booting. Like it was like I felt like a hacker watching Anna, like which equivalent. It was just plugging an SD card and downloading a ROM, putting it.
Well,
in
the same
Wii.
thing for like Minecraft mods and stuff too. That made me feel like a badass dude when I could put like freaking like turtles or something in my game. I'm like, ee.
Or like those. Yeah, I always try to do those crazy mods, like the ones that added Pokemon, and
dude,
I could never
that
get
one was
those
so
to
much
work.
fun.
Did you ever do? You did that?
You
I never was able to do that.
Dude, really? That was one of the first ones. You remember when we taught that summer at
I was gonna say,
and taught kids how to mod Minecraft for our old science teacher?
You were a part of that. Holy cow.
I think you did it for the first summer, and then the second summer he did it again,
okay.
right? Isn't that how that went down,
or
was
did
it?
For a little, yeah.
But maybe. Yeah, I didn't know anything about what I was doing, so I really learned how to like really get it down and teach it. But that was the mod I was just telling people to do because they were like 10-year-old kids. They love Pokemon.
Holy cow, dude! Yeah, no, that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
My best experience was recently was I tried to play Fallout 3, no, out of nostalgia, and it legit apparently doesn't launch if you have like a Windows 10 or something. It's
That's
just,
fixed, by the way, as of like last month.
apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally.
Allegedly.
But like,
was it because of
15,
mods?
20 years.
Or was it because of them?
No, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, that like themselves.
But
I think it got an update.
I was like, fuck it, I'll try this mod I know of where you can play Fallout 3 in New Vegas engine. You can play it like literally
really?
from Fallout 3 travel to
so
New Vegas.
impressive.
That's cool, actually.
And it worked more than the Fallout 3 or vanilla.
Really? Dude, mods are like one of my favorite just like concepts in general, like because like obviously companies and game creators drop the ball a lot, i.e. Cyberpunk, you know, let's just use that as an example. But the fact that they opened it up to modders, it's like they admitted their mistake and they're like, all right, we're done here. You guys, you know what you're doing. You have fun.
Yeah,
like,
dude. I mean, freaking talking about modding. I can't like talk about modding without like because I play rounds a ton on my channel. Like that's the biggest thing. And the modding scene, because the devs just made a game and we're like, okay, we're never updating it. So like for there to be so many new cards and maps and like people like did a whole multiplayer where you can have 4 people instead of 2. Like it's insane what modders can do.
like really, that's one thing.
Skyrim alone.
Oh, that's
I think that's why they've never made another one.
The
dude, to be honest
modding
with you.
scene of Skyrim and shit and like of other Bethesda games spawned like a type of content creator on their own.
Really?
There were whole channels that would just weekly give you like the
New
best.
mods and stuff, yeah.
And they would like make mod packs and stuff. So like, oh my god.
Obviously, Minecraft did it way more, but
it's funny because it's like a really lazy move from like, you know, a company's point of view to just like let, you know, your fan base make, you know, and develop the game for you and post. But like from like a consumer point of view, that's really cool because you get a lot of wacky stuff that you wouldn't get from a normal like.
I think you got to have a good balance because Bethesda is so bad. They know modders will fix their game. They don't bother to actually make it a playable game.
And then they try to make a shop out of it.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, the paid mods on Steam.
Wait, you could.
Yeah, it was a whole backlash. Steam lost millions of dollars. They tried to do a marketplace for paid mods, and the first thing was Skyrim, and there was so much of a backlash.
Yeah.
Like a couple days later, they were like, "Yeah, no, we're
good." That's a horrible idea.
And then they did it again. They did a creation shop. Remember?
Yeah, Bethesda did it themselves. Yeah, and
they did like Bethesda bucks.
See, I was gonna say like they should just at least. I don't know. I feel like they should just hire. I do think that developers should hire modders to just make the like official content. But the way Bethesda did it in that shop, charging like $7 for like a reskin and like
it's just
have it actual content. You know what I mean? Like
exactly,
like worth it.
That's one thing that I am actually really looking forward to with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is apparently that like it's really easy to hack that game.
Oh, I've
and
seen
mod it.
so many glitches.
So like I feel like after it dies down a little bit and like people kind of get their hands on like the code and they really start monkeying with it, I feel like we're gonna actually like get a solid game out of it.
I could see that. I mean, though, I know Nintendo's gonna like try tooth and nail to prevent
it. Yeah,
But
like the same thing with the ROM hacks, dude. Like, You know, it's funny. So I think it's Pokemon Prism was one of the ones that it was a ROM hack, but it got a cease and desist from Nintendo. For a while, I could still find it, and now I can't find like a clean copy of it anywhere. Everything else is like embedded with stuff. So
God, that's
so stupid,
dude. That's why Project M died competitively.
Wait, really?
Project M was like a super big competitive thing, and Nintendo started to tell the tournament organizers like, you cannot run Project M.
Dang,
Like,
dude.
and I don't know if it was like, we will not support you if you're running Project M, or if they were going after Project M. But I mean, that's why that scene died.
Dang.
It was like probably the most popular before Ultimate, because like no one was playing Brawl.
Yeah.
Like competitively,
Yeah.
like it's a fun casual game.
Well, because
but
M was so cool because of all the new characters and stuff, and I
Yeah.
think that's why they caught on. What's Ultimate is the new one, right? Or not new one? But
yeah, there was technically like 4 or 5, I don't know.
I think
It was 4 on Wii U.
4, yeah.
And
then
Ultimate's
Ultimate-
basically Wii U, if I remember, but like they added a shit ton of characters.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's where I think they realized that like Project M was so cool because like the mechanics and the graphic, or not graphics, like the combat itself they had updated a little bit. But the fact that there were so many cool characters, they were like, oh, we could do that and charge people for it. Like,
Yeah, no, dude. Nintendo is just always so bad. They're like one of the few game developers that don't understand like
I think they know.
anything.
No, I think they know exactly what they're doing. To be honest with you, they just don't care
But
enough.
like, or like demonetizing people's videos on YouTube, like for showing like Nintendo stuff. Like,
is that Nintendo or YouTube though?
no, that's Nintendo of America. Or sorry, not Nintendo of America. That's like Nintendo of Japan, because like they have it, but Nintendo physically, well, they have like automated processes that they like have, well, like automatically like
flag
copyright
it?
claim, yeah, and sometimes do it. And Nintendo of America has come out and said, hey, like we understand like the relationship with content creators, like it's a mutually beneficial. It's like proven,
Yeah.
even if they're talking shit about your game.
Publicity is
It's
publicity.
still, exactly. Nintendo of America's like, yeah, that ain't us. That's Nintendo of Japan, and we
Dang,
can't
dude.
do anything.
That's rough. You
So-
think that like since they're the same company, like they would have like the same ideas, but that is weird that there's such a shift in ideas between Nintendo of America and Nintendo
Oh, yeah.
of Japan. Not knocking either one, but
Well, definitely knocking Nintendo of Japan on that.
yeah, on that
We're good.
specific.
I think it's gotten a little better, but it's still like cutscenes and music will get you spanked by Daddy
Yeah, dude.
Nintendo.
That's like honestly, that's one of the big reasons. Like, so when YouTube first came out, it was like the Wild West, right? You could really do anything, and if you were successful or consistent with it, you could get big. Like recently, like it's obviously everyone knows it's nowhere near that, and I feel like that's just so disheartening to like a lot of people. Like that's one of the big reasons I was like, why should I dump like 10 years, in the hopes,
Oh yeah,
like
dude. I mean, it's like
it's not.
it's
like,
a lot harder, but I will say it's not impossible. I mean, like
It's
especially
definitely
like
not impossible. No.
But then again, I have now at this point put 7 years
Yeah.
into YouTube, and I'm like just now starting to like have something
to
work.
grow and continue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
that's the thing. I'm not
It's got to
a
be what you
worker.
want to do. Like
Yeah.
that's got to be like a pure passion. But then again, I've seen people blow up easier. It's just
It's the
it's
internet.
total. But it's one of those things where if you enjoy doing it, like do it. Like it just don't
'Cause it's
have the
not really work.
intention
Yeah.
of exactly.
Just have fun with it and
Yeah.
release it. Yeah, just because like you just want to do it. Obviously, this podcast is not making us millions, but like we want to do it. to
Yeah,
have
we
fun.
want to
So,
do it. Yeah.
And I think that is why a lot of I think content creators do grow and continue, because it's not like they're trying to do it to get famous or like make money. They're just having fun, dude. They're
Yeah,
doing what
exactly.
they want to do.
Exactly. And
But YouTube could definitely make it easier on them.
yeah, no, for real. No, it's man. What is? I feel like you haven't said something, Matthew, in a while.
Sorry. Yeah.
What's your no? This is,
You guys were talking about like Pokemon stuff for a while.
Sorry.
That's
yeah. My bad.
okay. Well, what's a game memory? We can keep going on.
Gamer memory.
A
Memory.
gamer memory. Unlock some gamer memories, Mister.
A lot of it was just honestly a lot of like World War II, like Battlefield. Like I played like
Oh,
all
yeah.
the original Battlefields on the PC. I played Total War.
You got me into Counter Strike. Actually, I played hundreds of hours
Wait,
of
Matthew
CS:GO.
got you
But
into-
Matthew got me. He showed me Source.
Really?
Yeah, he was playing Source.
No, because I remember that was a huge part of your life.
Oh yeah, yeah. Matt, I remember you playing a lot of those Battlefield games. Battlefield's fun. I've played a lot of that.
Did you guys ever play that game that we could get into at like the computers at school? It wasn't any like any popular shooter, but it was basically like MW. Like it was like a Call of Duty, but like bootlegged as hell.
Yeah, it was like in browser. I don't remember what that
It was
called.
yeah, but like you guys played that, right?
Oh yeah, in Miss Mason's class.
Yeah, dude. That was a
Dude.
time right there.
That was I remember like we would always do our work or whatever, and then everyone would get on like. And I remember there was one point like our teacher's husband was in the class or
Uh-huh.
whatever, and he was playing with us.
Oh wait, really?
That was a vibe.
Dude, I remember one time we were doing like a project in that back classroom of the library, and there was like 5 of us, and like we were all playing it, and so like there was one time like the teacher came through, and so like we all tabbed to get out of it, and then we came back and all 5 of us were dead. It was hilarious.
Dude, I remember playing the Halo 1 on PC.
Yeah.
Because you can just download that on PC and like play with each other on LAN.
Dude, I had a flash drive with like Minecraft. I think it had Terraria on it. Back before Terraria was like, it wasn't like you could download it like separate from Steam.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Remember when you found
The
that
flash drive on the... Okay, yeah. I found a flash drive on... me and Rain found a flash drive on the track, and I plugged it into a computer, and it had that Pixel game, like where the Pixel toy.
Oh yeah,
game.
and you just like
So then I started selling it to people for $5.
Did you really?
I would give me $5. I'd put the flashlight in their computer, give them the game. I only probably did that like 3 or 4 times. Someone was like, "Hey, I have like a used Axe body spray. You want that?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" But it was just a free
middle
game
school
off the
economics
internet.
hit different
Dude,
back then.
they really were.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think nowadays you could pay me to take your axe. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I do not want Axe body spray. But as a middle schooler, or was that high school?
No,
I
it
was
was
using like
middle school.
I was using like breath spray.
What about eye spray?
Eye spray?
Ew.
Spraying it into your freaking eye.
Ow.
I remember Ryan at one
No,
point. You were
no,
like
no.
throwing Axe body sprays. Like on the ground.
Exploding.
To
Yeah.
explode. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's very dangerous.
that
we were
is-
being stupid as hell.
Middle school is a while. I, as a kid, did not get to do many activities. So, like the activities that I found myself into, I usually tried to have some fun with.
Yeah, we would. Ryan always, like, especially when he was younger, he would always do things where we would just be like, Ryan, like, what, like, why? And I think at one point I made a bet with you. Because we kept betting.
Oh, yes.
And I kept, you would be like so much money.
It was like
according
$50
to, like,
or something, and that was a lot of money.
okay,
I was so mad at both of you. You for getting him out of so much money, and you for agreeing
just keep doing it.
to the worst bets.
Yeah, so we're at like $50
Was it this
here.
curse words one?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, double or nothing. And all you have to do is just not be like
swear.
inappropriate or swear
For a
the whole
week.
day.
No, it was a week. It was a whole week. It was a whole week.
Yeah, so I don't know why you took that.
I don't know either.
And I specifically speculated or stipulated that I got to determine what being inappropriate or whatever was.
Yeah, and that was the clause. Like,
so we were walking home, and you
wait, no. There's a piece of trash in my yard, and I picked it up, and I was like, I said something. I was like,
you
this
cursed or something.
I was like, this
don't
is
know.
bullshit, and threw it in my yard. And Holden was like, got him. And I was like, wait, no, it doesn't count. And he was like, it counts. Like,
Oh my gosh, dude.
no, that was.
Wait, no, it doesn't count.
And I think Matthew, you were even there, and like you wanted to defend Ryan, but there was no possible.
I remember Matthew was trying. He was like, I mean, like. You're beat, dude. Like, dude, do you remember something I was thinking about? And you guys both know about this memory. So remember we used to like get in those stupid arguments, like about like the most stupid bullshit.
Oh my god!
Do you remember the argument that we got into where if I remember right, you said that you couldn't ride your bike on the street, and I was like, you absolutely can. I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, wait, was he gaslighting me? Like, were you actually like, did you?
No, I think my argument became, you can do it, but
not on the like highways.
Well, obviously,
I don't know
because we looked
but
it
my
up.
intention
and you have
wasn't to gaslight you.
Okay, because I was thinking that I was like, wait, we live in like a suburbia town. Like he's probably seen people biking on the road, so he probably knew. It was just like gaslighting me.
I think it was one of those things where we were arguing semantics.
Yeah,
right? Like that's we would do that as kids. We would get so
deep into it, like
into
I hated those
semantics or
arguments
something.
so much.
Honestly, I liked them. They were funny as shit. At the time, they infuriated me, but like, looking back,
there was a period of time where I knew I didn't give a shit about like actually winning an argument. I just wanted to argue, and I enjoyed it. And there was some times on
Argument for the
Discord where I
argument's
got
like-
people so angry.
Yeah, but
No, I remember. Yeah, no, I didn't join your Discord much, but there were times when like you would say something, like I would join, and there'd just be like wars happening, like
oh
just
my
like going
gosh,
back,
there would be
like,
civil wars
hey
going
guys,
on in
like,
Discord.
anyone want to play some Terraria?
Oh my gosh, dude.
I remember one time I was arguing with someone, and you kept going like, "I'm on your side" on the chat.
Oh yes, and like you were like, whose side? And I was like, your side. And then like, because they'd be like, wait, my side? I'm like, yeah, your side. I'm like, no, my side. I just kept saying I'm on your side, like, and it was to everyone.
Oh my gosh, man, dude. Well, yeah, it's been so fun, reminiscing about old video games and stuff. Thanks for peeps that recommended some questions. It's been hella nice, not only having you back, now that you're back here for good, but
No, it's been
being
really
on
nice,
the podcast.
dude. I love y'all guys. So
Dude, I love y'all too. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, make sure you guys let us know on the YouTube comments any feedback or any like hypothetical questions or stupid stuff you want us to talk about. Hope to see you guys at some point soon. I don't know. I guess that's how that works.
You know.
Bye.
Bye.